Good morning and welcome back towards another video, and today we are going to be going over the Wailing Caverns. Let us begin. Okay, so within the Northern Barrens and located just at the bottom of the Northern Barrens is the Wailing Caverns dungeon. Once inside, you're going to be wanting to farm up this dungeon in pretty much a half-shaped manner. Now, alongside this, you can always take the approach of gathering up all of the mobs. Generally speaking, I tend to do this myself, and along with that, just by gathering up all of the different types of raptors, there are quite a few keynote things that you need to bear in mind when actually farming up this dungeon. This is because there are quite a lot of things to actually take note of. Number one, it is better if you bring a skinner. That's because all of these raptors can be farmed up for deviate leather, which is a keynote leather for creating certain different types of transmog crafts with leatherworking. Alongside that, you can also get a hold of the deviate hatchling from these mobs as well, which can be sold on the auction house as well for a decent amount of gold along with that. The different types of things when it comes towards things like the deviate hatchling and leather are just side notes in comparison to the amount of transmog you can actually gain from this. Now, judging by this, I tend to just gather up all of these mobs, burn them down here, because I find that some of these guys de-aggro whenever I'm actually farming this up. What you're actually going for with this dungeon is predominantly the high value transmog you actually get from this. Now, if we pull this up and go over towards the Wailing Caverns, we can have a look at the Gloves of the Fang. The Gloves of the Fang is part of the Fang set and the Gloves of the Fang are the most common of which that actually drop. There are multiple other ones that you can get a hold of, however some of those are soulbound. Mainly, you're farming Wailing Caverns for the wide variety of different types of mog. This can come from the chests from all of the different mobs, and if we gather that up and just farm that in, we can actually see if we can get a hold of that other different types of stuff. Along with that, we need to bear in mind all the different types of creatures that actually come along with this. You can either pull them in one massive pack, however you do run the chance of de-aggroing. That's why I generally like to stay away from doing that, as I only cut that up into two separate runs by gathering up different types of packs at the beginning and in this part. You can also do a full clear. I'm doing only one half. The one half method for me works best because it goes well with just time efficiency for myself, but you can carry on and do a full clear. However, it will take you a lot longer, and you can take up more mobs by just resetting the instance and going back after you've taken out all these mobs. I have actually tested it quite extensively over the last few years, and it just works out better for me for just general farming practices. Once that's all said and done, you can either use your Dreamwalk ability in order to teleport in and out of the instance. However, for me, I prefer to just jump down and run back to the instance entrance where I can just reset easier. That being said, the things of note for this dungeon is literally padding out your auction house with transmog. I generally use this to pad out my auction house and farm up a 10 ton of leather. So if I've got a new skinner, I'll use that because then I can level it while gathering up all that stuff and farming a load of transmog. It's not one particular transmog item, such as like glorious leg plates for like Silithus farm. It is a variety of different types of mogs. And those variety of different types of mogs can range in loads of different prices. Honestly, I honestly use this one for padding, much like with Zul'Farrak and Dire Maul. And if I'm starting fresh if I was to start fresh, this would be probably number 4 on my list of gold farms in order to do. This is because you need a wide variety of different types of mogs to actually farm this up, and that's how I generally perceive and enjoy doing it that way. Other than that, if you need any other additional types of gold making content or resources, then please feel free to go over towards the Patreon. Other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.